That's sad. That's sad. So this dude been clout chasing since he tried to tell the Geisha black girl, tried to tell her that me and him was a thing. Back then, I checked him back then. So when I realized that his page got all this stuff about me on his page, I hit him and said, hey, yo, delete me off your page.
An unexpected online moment erupted into something far bigger than anyone could have predicted. At first glance, it looked like just another fleeting social media blip. One of those minor sparks that usually burns out before it even catches real attention. But sometimes all it takes is a single, seemingly harmless comment to ignite a chain reaction, especially when the people involved already carry weight in the public eye. This situation became exactly that. A ripple that turned into a wave, fueled not by facts, but by curiosity, speculation, and the internet's endless appetite for drama. It all began with a short, cryptic post from 50 Cent. No detailed explanation, no names attached, just a simple phrase, "I see you." On its own, it sounded almost meaningless. But anyone familiar with his online presence knows he rarely speaks without intention. Over the years, he has built a reputation for calculated commentary, often stirring the pot with just enough ambiguity to get people talking. So when he dropped those 3 words, the internet didn't brush it off, it leaned in. Within minutes, speculation started spreading. People began screenshotting the post, sharing it across platforms, and dissecting every possible meaning behind it. Who was he talking about? What did he mean? Was it praise, a warning, or a subtle call-out? The lack of clarity didn't slow the conversation down, it amplified it. The mystery became the story. As the buzz grew louder, the name Claressa Shields began surfacing in the conversation. At first it seemed random, almost like a reach. But that didn't stop people from connecting dots that may or may not have been there. Social media thrives on patterns, even imagined ones, and soon enough, her name was being dragged into the narrative without any confirmed link to the original post. For many, this felt out of place. Claressa Shields has long been respected for her discipline, resilience, and undeniable achievements in boxing. She built her reputation through hard work and performance, not controversy. Her image has consistently been tied to excellence in the ring, not drama outside of it. That's exactly why this sudden shift in attention felt so strange. Instead of discussing her titles or accomplishments, people were now associating her with vague rumors and online speculation. The situation quickly became a case study in how fast perception can change. One moment, someone is celebrated for their success. The next, they're being pulled into conversations that have no solid foundation. And the most striking part? There was still no confirmed event, no verified conflict, just assumptions stacking on top of each other. As the online chatter intensified, old clips, interviews, and past interactions involving Shields began resurfacing. Moments that once seemed ordinary were now being re-examined under a completely different lens. People started analyzing tone, body language, and wording, trying to uncover hidden meanings that may never have existed. This is how digital narratives evolve, not through facts, but through reinterpretation. In the middle of all this noise, Shields herself remained silent. That silence became a major talking point. On social media, saying nothing can sometimes be louder than any response. Some interpreted her quiet approach as confidence, choosing not to engage with baseless rumors. Others saw it as avoidance, assuming there must be something she didn't want to address. The truth, however, remained unknown. But the internet rarely waits for truth. When clarity is missing, people fill in the gaps themselves. The longer the silence continued, the more elaborate the theories became. Conversations shifted from simple curiosity to full-blown narratives involving hidden motives, secret tensions, and unseen influences. None of it was confirmed, yet all of it was discussed as if it might be. Just when it seemed like the situation couldn't get more layered, another name entered the spotlight, Papoose. His involvement surprised many. Known for his composed and grounded personality, he isn't typically associated with online drama or impulsive reactions. That's why his sudden appearance in the conversation caught people off guard. A clip began circulating in which he spoke with visible emotion. Not chaotic anger, but something deeper, more personal. His words hinted at frustration, possibly even hurt. He talked about sacrifice, about what people don't see behind the scenes, and about the effort it takes to reach certain milestones. While he didn't directly clarify the situation, his tone alone added a new dimension to the unfolding story. Now the focus wasn't just on Shields anymore. People started questioning Papooses' reaction. Why was he so affected? Was he defending someone? Was there a deeper connection to the situation that hadn't been revealed? Or was he simply responding to the broader narrative that had spiraled out of control? These questions didn't bring answers, they brought more speculation. Some defended him, arguing that his response showed loyalty and authenticity. Others believed his emotional tone suggested there was more happening behind the scenes than anyone knew. Again, no concrete evidence supported either side, but that didn't stop the debate from growing. Meanwhile, 50 Cent remained relatively quiet. After igniting the initial spark, he didn't add much fuel to the fire. Yet his presence was still felt. The original post continued to loom over the entire situation. A reminder of how something so small could trigger something so massive. That's what made the whole scenario even more compelling. It wasn't driven by continuous updates or confirmed developments. It was sustained by uncertainty. The audience had taken control of the narrative, and once that happens, the story evolves on its own. As time passed, the situation didn't settle, it transformed. What began as curiosity turned into debate. Debate turned into accusations. Accusations turned into an ongoing saga that people kept revisiting. Even those who weren't initially interested found themselves drawn in, watching clips, reading threads, and trying to make sense of it all. This is the nature of viral moments. They don't need facts to survive, they thrive on engagement. The more people talk, the more the story grows, regardless of whether new information is introduced. Throughout all of this, Claressa Shields' accomplishments remained unchanged. Her titles, her victories, her legacy, none of that was affected in reality. But perception is powerful. The way people talked about her shifted, not because of proven actions, but because of association and speculation. And once public perception starts to change, controlling it becomes incredibly difficult. At the same time, Papoose continued to be analyzed from every angle. His words were replayed, dissected, and interpreted in countless ways. People searched for hidden meanings, trying to decode what he might have been implying. But without clear context, every interpretation remained just that, an interpretation. And hovering over everything was the original moment, the post that started it all. A few words, no explanation, yet enough to create weeks of discussion. It served as a reminder of how powerful ambiguity can be in the digital age. What makes this entire situation so captivating isn't just the people involved, it's the uncertainty. There's no clear beginning beyond the post, no confirmed middle, and no definitive ending. It's a story built on questions rather than answers. Why did it start? Was it intentional? Was there something deeper that hasn't been revealed? Or was it simply a case of the internet turning a small moment into something much bigger than it ever needed to be? Right now, there are no universally accepted answers. Just perspectives, assumptions, and fragments of a narrative that continues to evolve. And as long as that uncertainty remains, the story isn't really over. Because in today's digital world, a story doesn't need closure to stay alive. It just needs attention. And this one still has plenty of it.